Thanks for agreeing to test out this site for us. First of all, when you click on the link that's sent to you, it's going to ask you to sign in. Because this is a demo site that they're still working on, it requires a sign in. And so I sent that to you, Web Team, Web Done Right, and then you just simply sign in. Now, when the page loads, keep in mind that this is still under construction. So a lot of things are changing. And if you look at, oh, what is this? And why are there, strange things here? It's because it's still under construction. So the next thing you're going to do is go to the upper right-hand corner and you're going to choose Log In. And this is what you would normally log into with your website. That standard login is the first three letters of your last name, the first three letters of your first name, and then whatever password you normally use for that. Now, if you don't remember logging into the district website, the default password was West Salem, all smashed together. So you can put that in and see if that works for you. If for some reason you can't get logged in, then please contact Samantha Schmitz and she can reset your password for you. CC me on that too, so I kind of know what's going on, but she can reset your password for you. Okay, so you can see in the upper right hand corner that I'm logged in, and then the next thing you're going to do is go to My Account. Now yours will look a little different here because I do have some administrator privileges, so it'll look a little different. But you're going to click on My Account, and then the first thing you'll have to do is you'll have to go to this faculty settings, and this is your initial page, your profile page. So you're going to have to edit that, and then from there you can add additional pages. So if I push edit here, I believe what's going to come through, at least this is what happened for me, is that what's on my current page automatically came through onto this page. So if I'm happy with it, I can certainly just choose save on here and go on from there. Let's talk a little bit about some of these buttons on this page. And again, as was mentioned in the directions, some of those might be changing, but just so you know. So this is the source, is the code behind this, the HTML. So if you're someone who knows a little HTML, that shows you some of those code behind there so you can make a little changes. This button is for accessibility. So that is important that we would check to make sure if this is accessible for people who may have various accessibility issues. Obviously, we have the cut, copy, paste on here. This little clipboard says paste as plain text. If you are typing something up and pasting it in here from a Google Docs or another, maybe Pages, or maybe off of even another website, you're going to want to paste this as plain text, because just like over here where when I showed you the source, you couldn't see this before, but there's some coding going on behind here. And when you copy and paste from another source, it's bringing that behind the scenes coding with it, and it may be causing some problems with the web page. So basically you want to paste it as plain text and then change any formatting in here. This one just says paste from Word. So if you're pasting from a Word document, you're going to use that one. It's doing the same thing. It's stripping some things that are in the background that you can't see normally. This is the undo and redo button. We can search, we can replace. So if you want to replace something throughout, you can do that. Spell check, obviously our bold, italics, underlined, strike out, our subscript, superscript. This is how you can remove formatting from something, a numbered list, a bulleted list. Now the tab key on here does not work, so if I'm pushing my tab key, it's going down to this next button. It's not actually moving over. This text is not moving over, which you can see from there. Instead, you use these indent buttons. So this indent is going to move things over for us, and the decrease indent is going to move things over. And then a block quote actually indents it on both sides, the left and the right side. That's what a block quote does. Div is creating a divider container. I'm not going to get into that right now. It's something we could use in the future. Here's your different kinds of alignment if you want to put a link in. You want to anchor something, so that means that if you are maybe right next door is inserting an image and you want to anchor that to that specific paragraph, meaning that if you copy a paragraph and move it to another location, you can anchor it on there. Again, not something to worry about right now. This one is inserting symbols, inserting a page break. And again, iframe is a little complicated right now. We can get into that at a later time. If you want to insert a YouTube video, you can do that in there. And just to kind of finish off here, looking at this where it says normal, this might be a way to change different formatting. So let's say, for example, this is maybe kind of my heading on here. I can actually choose heading 1. Now, the whole thing changed because obviously I don't have a page break in between here. So I'm going to go back and I just put in return or enter after this so that it sees this as two separate things. And then now as I go up here and I'm going to choose a heading 1, it's going to make this a heading 1 for me. And then if I chose something else in here, just so you can see the difference, I would not do this on my page. It looks kind of crazy, but that's what a heading 2 would look like for that part of it. Again, not a lot of changes on that part of it. There are all different kinds of headings that you can use so that you can change the appearance of what some of these look like. Now I'm going to save this and I'm going to go back up to my account. And this time, if I want additional pages, I can choose additional pages on here and do edit, and I can add another page. And so maybe I want to put on here photos, so I want to add pictures of events or things like that. I can do that, and I can, insert my image that I want, or however I want to set this up. And then when I save it, it says content is required. Then when I save it, I now have my pages here and I can rearrange these. So if I want maybe a little alphabetical order, so I want photos to be above resources, I can do that. I can move it up there. Now this is a little confusing, but if you want to see what it looks like, if I go to high school and then I go to our staff directory, yes, this looks a little messy because it's still working on it here, and then I go to my view profile, this is what the public will see. So that initial page that you created and any additional pages will show up over here on the side. So once again, when you're doing this, we'd like you to give feedback. What could I do before that I wish I could do now? Maybe I can't, or what features am I still looking for? That kind of thing. Please respond with any and all feedback. And we appreciate your time in doing this with us.